Situational awareness. We hear that buzzword a lot, but what does it really mean? Situational awareness. A lot of people seem to think that situational awareness is paying attention to every single person and suspecting every single person of being the bad guy. And that just simply is not the case. If you do that, you will end up only hurting yourself. When you're constantly on high alert, suspecting every single person of being an attacker, you end up basically giving yourself PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, because you are constantly on high alert, which is a high stress situation. So no, it is not suspecting every single person and keeping an eye on every single person. Situational awareness can seem like some supernatural gift or ability to just detect the bad guy in a crowd of people. And while it does seem a little mysterious, it's not supernatural, and it's not some special gift or ability. Although you cannot teach situational awareness, it is a learned trait. And what I mean by that is somebody can't just tell you what to do and you just automatically start doing it. It is something that you have to be disciplined in and that you have to learn. So I've made several videos on topics similar to this, on how to catch the criminal before they commit the crime. I've done a video on analyzing the baseline for a site and then looking for anomalies. And all of those are tips on how to achieve situational awareness. But in this video, I'm going to focus more on the situational awareness aspect of this and how to discipline yourself to be better at situational awareness. I mentioned that it's not paying attention to every single person. It's being able to scan an environment and pick up on very subtle cues that would indicate a possible threat. Now, doing this a handful of times or even 1,000 times is not necessarily going to teach you how to spot the threat. What you're going to need is positive feedback for every situation that you look at. So let's make an example here. You've got a room full of 10 people and one of those people is acting a little weird. Does that mean they're a threat? Absolutely not. There are just weird people out there and they're harmless. So what you need to do is you need to practice while on the job as a new guard, watching people, watching their behavior, and studying the outcome of that behavior, because that outcome is what I am referring to when I say positive feedback. That positive feedback is essentially telling you to correlate their previous behavior with the outcome of that behavior. And once you start to associate that behavior, you are building neural pathways in your brain that process this input, this data, and teach your brain how to pick up on those cues and to process that information and come to a conclusion before anything happens. And this takes a lot of time and a lot of practice and a lot of situations before you start to get good at this, because there are so many variables out there, guys. It is an incredibly insane amount of information in our environment. And a lot of this stuff is very subtle, very behind the scenes. A lot of it is subconscious and you just can't see it with your naked eye. It's just stuff that you've got to study, pay attention to, and develop those neural pathways in your brain so that when it happens again, your brain already knows, hey, this is something to pay attention to and watch more carefully. And so this allows you to go about your day as a security officer, doing the duties of the security officer, but still in the background of your mind, processing all the inputs that are coming in. And when your subconscious triggers on something, your subconscious will awaken your conscious mind and say, hey, pay attention to this. And you're going to be more effective as a security officer. So now that you know that you've got to pay attention to these scenarios, these situations, and connect the dots and come up with a possible outcome for the behaviors based off of previous experiences that you had. That's when you're going to get better at situational awareness. It is not being on high alert all the time. It is being on high alert only when your subconscious mind triggers you to be on high alert. And the only way you're going to accomplish this is through practice and repetition. If you work at a very busy job site, you're going to learn this skill a heck of a lot faster than if you're at a site that doesn't have a lot of activity. So if you're looking for practice, go to very busy places with a lot of public in there. Go to the mall and watch people, watch their behavior and watch the outcomes. Go to various places where you have extremely busy traffic. And that's how you're going to accomplish this skill. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any experiences where you have learned this skill, I'd love to hear about it in the comments, guys. People that watch these videos read the comments as well, and they're going to benefit from your experience and your expertise. So definitely leave your expertise in the comments. I look forward to reading them. Have a great day, guys, and stay safe.